Okay, so one of the steps you're going to do for your final project in this class is you have to start by creating a wireframe. Now, this is actually something I do with every client I work with in building a website. So it's not just something for you to do as a project in this class, but this is truly the first step in the process for professionals. So a wireframe is just basically a black and white sketch, and it doesn't have to be a sketch like this. This is my very first like initial sketch when I'm meeting with a client. I sit down with them, I take a notebook, they tell me the stuff they want to have on their website, the things that are important. Let's pretend this was for an animal shelter. And the things that are important to them are that their animals get adopted, that they can get donors and volunteers, and they want to feature like an animal, like a featured story of the different animals they have in their shelter every month. So based on those needs, then I start designing the homepage and just sketching it out. This doesn't have any color, any images, any kind of cool little styles and patterns and textures and that. What you're basically trying to do is just take those pieces and organize them in such a way that they understand that you, or that the client understands that you get their needs, that you are going to design a site that just meets what they said they needed it to meet. So I usually sit down and just do a quick sketch like this, and I can tell right during that meeting if they like it or not, or if they're like, no, I really want to feature a donor button a little bit more, then I know that maybe I need to add this donor button up here instead of just, just this regular navigation. I need to add something special. And I usually give them a couple of options. So this is the home page. And normally, I'll do a full-fleshed wireframe after the first meeting that I'll send to them, and they can see whether or not they like it. And usually I actually give them two, and they can pick between one of the two, or they can like mix and match the different features of the two. So for this one, I gave them a big hero image, and they have navigation. Their logo will go here. And because the big goal of the site is to actually get people to adopt the pets, it'd be adopt a cat, adopt a dog, and then you can also foster, so temporary kind of adoption in a sense. So and then I again give them a second option. So this is where we have this side navigation over here that stays on the screen, and then this part scrolls. And this is what we call above the fold. This is what this website looks like before there's any scrolling, but the actual homepage probably goes a lot longer. And most modern websites are what we call modular at the homepage, which means it's kind of like a newspaper, in the sense that the front page of your newspaper has all kinds of different stories and teasers that get you to jump around to different parts of the actual newspaper. And so this does that. It helps me jump around to adopt. It helps me to jump around to the social media, maybe go to the about page. This is that featured animal, or maybe their story or a quote about that animal, whatever the case may be. So it's not really like only one topic on this page. Now on the other pages, like the About Us page, it's really just that one topic. And so you won't have such a complicated design on your kind of internal pages. So like I said, there's just so many different ways. Now, being a new web designer, you don't really want to break the mold. You don't want to all of a sudden have the logo down here. And because that's usually not a good placement, usually in the upper left or in the center is the best placement, because that's just a standard that we are all used to with websites. So I haven't tried one yet with the logo in the center. And that's going to lend itself nicely to a navigation to go right underneath it. And notice I'm not taking a lot of time, but I would be talking the client through this. And they might tell me, their social media is pretty good. And so they want to feature that maybe at the top. And so then I give them that option there. And then we love those gorgeous big hero images. Maybe this is going to be an adorable puppy playing, and maybe this is going to be a slideshow instead of just an unmoving image. So again, this is above the fold, what we would see before we scroll. And then usually what I'll do is I'll actually extend this and say, okay, once people start scrolling, then that's when we are going to, maybe this is where we're going to put a big heading, Adopt Us. And this is where I might put like a little Polaroid looking photo and another cute Polaroid looking photo. Nobody knows why that little thing happened, but I should mention I'm using Illustrator, but I do like just print like in a notebook, or I do Illustrator, or whatever you can do to draw it out. And I'm not taking a lot of time. Look how stupid my cat looks over here. Seriously, like but it gets the point across, right? I could even use stick figures, and as long as I understand what I'm trying to do, then it's going to work. And so I'll keep building that page out and not doing any of the pretty stuff yet. It's just giving them an idea of how everything's going to lay out. So then I might also create a wireframe of an internal page, like what would a page for adopting dogs look like? Well, then I'm going to draw this out. And I'll probably keep the same elements because you shouldn't move. It shouldn't be like mystery logo, mystery navigation where they move depending on what page you're on. But now maybe I'm not going to have a slideshow on the Adopt a Dog page. Maybe I'm going to have a big heading that says dogs. And then I'm going to say this is Charlie. And then I'll put his name and his info. And then maybe I'm going to have an Adopt Me button. And then this is Max, name. So this gives them an idea of what an adopt page would look like. So this is the wireframes that you're going to create for your project, just a quick sketch like this. Now, in the real world, once I'm done with these actual quick sketches, I actually create something that is in Illustrator. I create a fully fleshed out. These are my notes, the part you see in color. Notice I still keep it black, white, and gray. And I don't put any like graphics or anything like that. I don't even put what the links would be up here. This is just showing them what we kind of talked about. And later on, like this in the real website actually ended up having 6 icons. So there's 3 and then 3. So it can change. This is flexible, but this, just a good starting point. And then I put little notes in here because I'm not going to draw a calendar. They understand what a calendar looks like. So quick and fast. Don't spend 8 hours on this because that's, time is money. So do something that gets the point across to them. That might take you 1 or 2 hours, maybe max. This probably took me like 2 hours because, we had already decided on the original quick sketch. And I don't want to spend 8 hours on it. I want to send this to them and then start actually designing and showing them the color and letting them see it with the photos and all that good stuff. So this helps them to decide whether things are good now before they get distracted by the color in the images. So I hope this helps you with your project. If you have any questions, let me know. But you can do your 2 options. Let's see, your 2 options. You can design 2 different home pages. These are 2 different versions of the same website. And then if you want my feedback on which one I think is going to work best, then you can let me know that. Or you can also design 2 different pages on the same website. So you can see it's still using the same layout. I forgot the little social media icons here. But you're saying, okay, this is what the home page looks like, and this is what an adopt page looks like, and you can do a contact, whatever. Usually you just want to do like 2 or 3. It depends on how many different like types of pages you have on the site. But this should suffice for this project.